The wildfires that ravaged Los Angeles in January 2025 are among the most destructive in California's history. As the fires tore through neighborhoods, they claimed the homes of numerous celebrities, causing heartbreak not only for them, but also for the thousands of residents affected by the devastation. In this video, we'll dive into the stories of some of Hollywood's most beloved stars, like Paris Hilton, Mark Hamill, John Goodman, and Mandy Moore, who have been impacted by the flames, as well as how they are coping with these unimaginable losses. 1. Paris Hilton. Turning personal tragedy into a force for good. Paris Hilton, the media personality and entrepreneur, tragically lost her waterfront Malibu mansion in the wildfires. The property, valued at over $10 million, was completely destroyed by the flames that tore through the area. Hilton, who had built many memories in this home, was forced to evacuate with her 5 Pomeranians in the middle of the night. In a series of posts on Instagram, Hilton shared her devastation as she watched the flames consume her beloved property. "It's hard to put into words how much this place meant to me," she wrote. Despite the overwhelming personal loss, Hilton's response to the tragedy was one of action. She launched an emergency fund through her organization, 1111 Media Impact, to help families who had lost their homes in the fires. Hilton pledged to match every dollar donated to the fund, effectively doubling the support for those in need. Her initiative quickly gained traction, with many fans and followers joining in to help rebuild the lives of those affected by the fires. Hilton's efforts reflected not only her personal grief, but also her commitment to using her platform for good, showing that even in the face of tragedy, there is the opportunity to make a difference. 2. Mark Hamill. A Star Wars icon's struggle to protect his home. Mark Hamill, famous for his portrayal of Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars franchise, faced the terrifying reality of evacuating his Malibu home as the wildfires approached. The actor posted an update on Instagram, sharing his anxiety over the fate of his $3 million-plus estate, which was in jeopardy as the flames crept closer. Hamill, his wife, and their family were able to evacuate safely and temporarily moved in with their daughter. However, Hamill expressed his concern over the safety of his home, which he had lived in for many years. "This is the worst fire since 1993, and it's affecting so many families," Hamill wrote. As of his last update, the status of the house remained uncertain, with the actor anxiously awaiting news of whether any part of his beloved estate had survived. Hamill's post was a somber reminder of how quickly natural disasters can upend lives, no matter one's status or wealth. His emotional message resonated with many in the community who shared similar anxieties about the fate of their homes. Though the outcome of his own situation was still pending, Hamill's transparency about his fears helped bring attention to the broader devastation caused by the wildfires. 3. John Goodman. A sanctuary reduced to ashes. Actor John Goodman's Pacific Palisades home, purchased for $4.6 million in 2008, was another casualty of the 2025 wildfires. The 5,200-square-foot property, which featured 5 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, had been a sanctuary for Goodman and his family. Though they didn't reside there full-time, the house held great sentimental value and served as a refuge from their busy lives. Satellite images of the property after the fires revealed a devastating scene. Charred beams, twisted metal, and a wrecked backyard pool. Neighbors confirmed that Goodman's home had been completely destroyed. While Goodman has not made a public statement about the loss, the images and reports serve as a stark reminder of the wildfire's far-reaching impact, affecting not only full-time residents, but also those who had second homes in the area. Goodman's loss is shared by many who have seen their properties reduced to ash. The fires left families like his grappling with the suddenness and totality of the destruction. Goodman's experience underscores the emotional toll of losing a home, particularly one that held so many cherished memories. 4. Eugene Levy. The sudden loss of a family home. Eugene Levy, best known for his role in Schitt's Creek, also faced the total destruction of his home in Pacific Palisades. The $3.9 million property was a modest two-story home, but it had great sentimental value to Levy and his family. According to reports, Levy was stuck in traffic during the evacuation and had no way of reaching his home before the fire engulfed it. By the time Levy and his family managed to evacuate, the fire had already reached their property. What remains is a heap of ashes where their front door once stood, a heartbreaking image that symbolizes the loss experienced by many residents in the area. Levy has not publicly commented on the loss, but his situation highlights how quickly natural disasters can strike and the emotional shock of losing everything in a matter of hours. Levy's story is a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of material possessions and the emotional devastation that accompanies such loss. 5. Miles and Kelly Teller. A Dream. Home lost actor. Miles Teller and his wife Kelly Sperry had purchased their dream home in Pacific Palisades just a year before the fires hit. The 5-bedroom, 7-bathroom estate, worth $7.5 million, featured a custom home theater and a private gym, amenities that made it a perfect sanctuary for the couple. Unfortunately, the fire left nothing but charred ruins. Kelly Sperry shared a heartbreaking photo of the fire on Instagram, urging people to leave water bowls out for displaced animals. Though the couple refrained from making a full public statement about their loss, the images of their destroyed property were widely shared, and reports confirmed that the house was beyond repair. For the Tellers, the loss of their home was particularly painful, as it had been a place they had hoped to build their lives together. Kelly's heartfelt post underscored the emotional toll that losing a home can take on families, especially when it is a place they envisioned growing into. 6. Ricki Lake. A Heaven on Earth. Gone actress. Ricki Lake and her husband Ross Barrett also lost their Malibu home to the wildfires. The property, which Lake had described as their heaven on earth, held immense personal significance to the couple. It was where they had gotten married just 3 years ago, and it had been the place where they had built many happy memories. Lake shared photos on Instagram, showing happy moments spent in their beloved home, juxtaposed with the devastating images of the ashes left behind. Despite the loss, Lake expressed her gratitude for the support from friends, neighbors, and followers who reached out to offer comfort and assistance. Though the emotional toll of losing their home was immense, Lake's openness about her grief and her appreciation for the outpouring of support highlighted the importance of community during times of disaster. 7. Sandra Lee, a home reduced to ashes TV chef. Sandra Lee was one of the many public figures whose home in Pacific Palisades was destroyed in the wildfires. In an emotional video shared on Instagram, Sandra confirmed that her beloved residence had been reduced to rubble. "It's surreal to lose everything in a matter of hours," she said, visibly shaken by the devastation. Sandra had poured her heart into designing and decorating her home, creating a space that was not just a place to live, but a reflection of her personality and passions. The value of her property was likely in the millions, considering its prime location and luxurious amenities. In her video, Sandra expressed deep sorrow for the loss of a place filled with memories, from family gatherings to quiet moments of reflection. "You never think something like this can happen to you," she said, a sentiment shared by many in the affected communities. Her emotional message resonated with those who had experienced similar losses, illustrating the pain of watching a cherished home go up in flames. Despite the overwhelming grief, Sandra has focused on staying strong and supporting others in her community who have also lost their homes. 8. Leighton Meester and Adam Brody, A Family's Sanctuary. Gone actors. Leighton Meester and Adam Brody, who have 2 young daughters, experienced the total destruction of their $7 million Pacific Palisades mansion, which they had purchased in 2019. The couple had spent years turning the property into a family sanctuary, carefully designing their dream home to be a place of comfort and joy. The home featured a variety of personalized details, from the custom kitchen to the spacious backyard, which had become a gathering spot for their family. Sadly, their home was consumed by flames in the midst of the wildfires. While Leighton, Adam, and their daughters were able to evacuate safely, the house they had so lovingly crafted was left in ruins. Images of the fire showed the intense heat that destroyed the roof and much of the structure. The emotional toll of the loss has been profound, as the couple now faces the difficult task of rebuilding their lives. Leighton and Adam have not publicly commented in full about their loss, but local reports have confirmed that the home was beyond repair. The couple, like many others, has focused on the safety of their family, finding solace in their ability to come together in the aftermath of the disaster. The loss of their family home, however, remains a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly everything can be taken away. 9. Billy Crystal and Janice Crystal, A Family Sanctuary of 40 Years. Lost comedian Billy Crystal and his wife Janice had lived in their Pacific Palisades home since 1979. Over the years, the property had become a beloved family sanctuary, a place filled with memories of raising their children and hosting family gatherings. Tragically, the wildfires reduced almost everything to ash, with only the outdoor tennis court remaining intact. The loss of their home, where they had spent more than 40 years, was deeply emotional for the couple. Billy Crystal shared his heartache with the public, acknowledging the profound emotional toll it had taken on him and his family. "It's difficult to process," he said, reflecting on the memories that had been created within those walls. Despite the deep grief, Billy and Janice focused on supporting their neighbors, many of whom had experienced similar losses. The strength and compassion they showed during such a trying time exemplify the resilience of the human spirit. Even in the face of immense personal loss, the Crystals remain focused on helping others navigate their own grief and begin the rebuilding process. 10. James Woods, The Vulnerability of High-Value Homes. Oscar-nominated actor James Woods, who has called Pacific Palisades home for many years, was also forced to evacuate as the wildfires advanced on his property. Woods shared footage of the destruction on social media, showing the flames approaching his home and the incredible intensity of the fire. His $5 million residence was at risk, and although Woods did not immediately confirm whether the house had survived, the uncertainty of the situation underscored the vulnerability of even the most secure homes. In a deeply unsettling revelation, Woods mentioned that a major insurance company had canceled the policies of many of his neighbors just months before the fires struck, leaving them financially vulnerable in the face of such a disaster. The fact that many residents were potentially uninsured added another layer of complexity to the already overwhelming situation. The possibility that Woods's home may have been completely destroyed highlighted the multifaceted nature of the wildfires, affecting not just physical property, but the financial security of individuals and families. Woods's experience serves as a reminder of how quickly things can change, and how the impact of natural disasters can ripple through communities in unexpected ways. 11. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. Irreplaceable memories, gone reality, TV stars. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag were among the many who lost their homes in Pacific Palisades. The couple, known for their roles on the hills, had spent years building a life and creating memories in their home. Spencer shared a heart-wrenching video on social media, describing the devastating reality of losing not just possessions, but irreplaceable mementos that had defined their lives. "This was more than just a house to us," Spencer said in the video, his voice filled with emotion. Heidi, too, expressed her gratitude for the safety of her family, despite the heartbreak of losing their home. "We're just thankful we got out safe," she said, while also thanking fans for their outpouring of support. Despite the immense sorrow, Heidi and Spencer remain focused on moving forward. Their experience of losing their dream home, though deeply painful, has sparked a determination to rebuild their lives with the love and support of their community. 12. Jeff Bridges, A Family Legacy. Lost veteran actor Jeff Bridges, best known for his roles in films like The Big Lebowski and Crazy Heart, faced the devastating loss of his Malibu home, a property that had been passed down through generations in his family. The four-bedroom estate had been a central part of his life, where he spent countless hours with his loved ones and cherished the natural beauty surrounding the home. Although Jeff and his family are safe, the emotional toll of losing a family legacy has been profound. It's difficult to put into words what it feels like to lose something that's been in your family for so long, Bridges said in a statement. The home represented not just physical space, but a link to family history, and its loss has left a deep emotional scar. Despite this, Jeff has shown resilience in the face of tragedy, focusing on the support of his family and the love they share. His experience highlights how natural disasters can take away more than just possessions. They can sever the emotional ties that bind people to their past. Conclusion: the 2025 California wildfires have left a permanent mark on the lives of many, including celebrities who have lost their homes in the devastation. From Sandra Lee's emotional account of losing her home to Leighton Meester and Adam Brody's struggle to cope with the destruction of their family sanctuary, the stories of loss are both heartbreaking and inspiring. Yet, in the face of such profound grief, many of these celebrities have responded with resilience and compassion, using their platforms to raise awareness, contribute financially, and help their communities rebuild. Billy Crystal's focus on supporting neighbors, James Woods' emphasis on the vulnerability of high-value homes, and Jeff Bridges' determination to move forward despite the loss of a family legacy all exemplify the strength that can emerge from adversity. While the physical loss is impossible to replace, the collective response from these individuals and their communities shows that, even in the darkest times, there is room for hope and recovery. The wildfires may have stolen material possessions, but they have also brought out the best in people, proving that the spirit of resilience can rise from the ashes.